First contact. Humanity joins the Galactic Council. The day Earth joined the Galactic Council began like any other for Dr. Amelia Chen. She stood at her lab bench, peering into a microscope at what she hoped would be a breakthrough in clean energy technology. Little did she know that in mere hours, her entire world would change forever. A thunderous boom shook the building, rattling beakers and sending lab equipment clattering to the floor. Amelia rushed to the window, her heart pounding. What she saw defied explanation. An enormous silver disk hovered above the city skyline, easily the size of several football fields. Within minutes, Amelia's phone lit up with urgent texts and calls. As lead scientist at the Global Innovation Institute, she was being summoned to an emergency meeting with world leaders. The next few hours passed in a blur as she was ushered onto a military transport and flown to a secure facility. Inside a packed auditorium, Amelia joined politicians, military brass, and fellow scientists as they received the news that would alter the course of human history. We were not alone in the universe. The ship above belonged to an advanced alien civilization, and they had come with an invitation for Earth to join the Galactic Council. As the crowd buzzed with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, a holographic image flickered to life at the center of the room. A tall, willowy being with iridescent skin addressed the gathered humans. It introduced itself as Zarak, ambassador of the Galactic Council. People of Earth, Zarak's melodious voice rang out. We have watched your civilization's progress with great interest. Your resilience, creativity, and determination have impressed us. We believe you are ready to take your place among the stars. The alien explained that the Galactic Council was an alliance of thousands of spacefaring species dedicated to peaceful cooperation and the advancement of science and culture across the cosmos. Earth was being offered full membership, with all the benefits and responsibilities that entailed. World leaders conferred in hushed tones, weighing the enormity of the decision before them. After hours of debate, a consensus was reached. Earth would accept the Council's invitation. As humanity's foremost expert in sustainable energy, Amelia was chosen to be part of the first delegation to visit the Council's headquarters. She marveled at the opportunity to study alien technology and potentially find solutions to Earth's environmental challenges. The journey to the Council's space station was nothing short of miraculous. Amelia watched in awe as Earth shrank to a blue marble, then vanished entirely as their ship engaged its faster-than-light drive. In the blink of an eye, they arrived at a massive structure floating in deep space, the heart of galactic civilization. Amelia and her fellow delegates were escorted through soaring hallways filled with beings of every shape, size, and color imaginable. Some floated on cushions of air, others slithered on multiple legs, and still others seemed to phase in and out of visibility. They entered the grand chamber, a cavernous space that hummed with the voices of thousands of alien representatives. At the center stood a dais where the Council's ruling body convened. Zarak guided the humans to their newly assigned seats, officially marking Earth's inclusion in galactic affairs. Over the next several days, Amelia's head spun as she attended briefings on interstellar politics, trade agreements, and scientific exchange programs. She marveled at the advances some species had made in fields like quantum computing and fusion power, but she also realized that humanity had unique perspectives to offer, born from our planet's harsh evolutionary crucible. As the delegation prepared to return home, Amelia felt a mix of hope and apprehension. Earth now had access to incredible opportunities, but also faced new challenges and potential threats. She knew that humanity's ingenuity and adaptability would be put to the ultimate test as we found our place in this vast cosmic community. Little did Amelia know that Earth possessed a secret that would soon rock the foundations of the Galactic Council and thrust humanity into the center of an interstellar power struggle. As their ship pulled away from the station, she gazed out at the star-studded void, wondering what adventures and dangers awaited them all in this brave new universe. The oxygen revelation. Earth's unique atmosphere stuns alien species. 6 months after Earth joined the Galactic Council, Dr. Amelia Chen found herself once again aboard an alien vessel, this time as part of a scientific exchange program. She had been invited to present her research on clean energy solutions at a conference on the planet Zorax, home to one of the most technologically advanced species in the galaxy. As Amelia prepared her presentation in her quarters, she couldn't shake a nagging feeling that something was off. The ship's atmosphere felt thin and unsatisfying, despite assurances that it had been calibrated for human physiology. She found herself frequently short of breath and fighting fatigue. When she mentioned this to her alien escort, a being named Krell with 4 arms and shimmering scales, their eye stalks widened in surprise. "You mean you're not using a personal atmosphere generator?" Krell asked, gesturing to a small device clipped to their belt. Confused, Amelia shook her head. "No, I've never needed one." "Don't most habitable planets have breathable atmospheres?" Krell's scales rippled in what Amelia had come to recognize as their species' equivalent of a frown. "Breathable, yes, but rarely in concentrations high enough to sustain complex life without assistance. Your Earth must be unusual." This conversation sparked Amelia's scientific curiosity. She began asking more questions and doing research in the ship's database. What she discovered stunned her. Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere was virtually unique in the known galaxy. Most planets capable of supporting life had oxygen levels of 5% or less. Earth's 21% oxygen concentration was unheard of. The implications were staggering. It explained why so many alien visitors to Earth had seemed invigorated, even euphoric. They were experiencing an oxygen high. As the ship approached Zorax, Amelia made a snap decision. Instead of presenting her original research, she would share her findings about Earth's atmosphere. The reaction from the gathered alien scientists was immediate and intense. Excited murmurs rippled through the conference hall. Questions came rapid fire. How had Earth's atmosphere developed? What effects did it have on native life forms? Could it be replicated on other worlds? Amelia did her best to answer, drawing on her knowledge of Earth's geological and biological history. She explained how the great oxygenation event billions of years ago had transformed our planet, driving the evolution of complex life. As the implications sank in, Amelia could see the gears turning in the minds of the alien scientists. Some looked excited at the research possibilities. Others seemed calculating, perhaps already considering how Earth's oxygen could be exploited as a resource. One scientist, a gelatinous being that communicated through color changes, pulsed with bright patterns as it asked, "Have you considered the military applications? Soldiers breathing your atmosphere would have greatly enhanced stamina and healing." Amelia felt a chill run down her spine. She hadn't considered how this knowledge could be weaponized. "Earth's atmosphere is an integral part of our ecosystem," she said carefully. "It's not something that can be extracted or replicated without potentially catastrophic consequences." But she could tell that the genie was already out of the bottle. News of Earth's oxygen-rich environment spread through the conference like wildfire. By the end of the day, Amelia was inundated with requests for interviews, research partnerships, and even thinly veiled attempts to obtain atmospheric samples. As she prepared to return to Earth, Amelia knew she had to warn her government about what had transpired. Earth's unique atmosphere, which humans had always taken for granted, was suddenly one of the most valuable and sought-after resources in the galaxy. The trip home was tense. Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that they were being followed. She noticed other ships changing course to fall into formation behind them, keeping just outside the range that would be considered threatening. When they finally reached Earth, Amelia was rushed into a series of high-level meetings with scientific advisors and government officials. She laid out everything she had learned and the reaction she had witnessed at the conference. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Earth, the newcomer to galactic politics, was suddenly sitting on what amounted to a goldmine of strategic importance. It was an opportunity, but also a massive target painted on humanity's collective back. "We need to act fast," said General Sandra Ortiz, Earth's representative to the Galactic Council's Defense Committee. We must secure our borders and develop a clear policy on how we'll handle requests and demands for access to our atmosphere." Amelia nodded in agreement, but couldn't help feeling a sense of sadness. Earth had joined the galactic community with such hope and optimism. Now, just months later, they were already facing the prospect of conflict over something as fundamental as the air they breathed. As the meeting adjourned, Amelia gazed out the window at the blue sky she had always taken for granted. She realized that humanity's greatest gift, the very thing that had allowed them to evolve and thrive, might also be their greatest challenge in this new era of galactic politics. With a deep breath of Earth's oxygen-rich air, Amelia steeled herself for the battles to come. Humanity had faced existential threats before and had always found a way to adapt and overcome. She was determined that this time would be no different. The universe might cut their atmosphere, but they would show everyone why you don't mess with the species that evolved in it. Rising tensions. Alien factions schemed to exploit Earth's resources. In the months following Dr. Amelia Chen's revelation about Earth's unique atmosphere, the planet found itself at the center of a galactic firestorm. Alien diplomats and corporate interests descended on Earth in droves, all vying for a piece of the oxygen-rich pie. The Galactic Council chambers became a battleground of words and political maneuvering. Earth's representatives, led by the steely-eyed ambassador Marcus Donovan, fought tooth and nail to protect their planet's sovereignty. Earth's atmosphere is not a commodity to be traded or exploited, Donovan declared in a fiery speech before the Council. It is an integral part of our biosphere, essential to all life on our planet. Any attempt to extract or replicate it without our explicit consent will be considered an act of war. His words were met with a mix of applause and outrage. The council chambers erupted into chaos as various factions argued their positions. The Zoraxians, with their advanced bioengineering capabilities, insisted that they could replicate Earth's atmosphere safely and share its benefits with the galaxy. The militant Kryax Imperium not so subtly hinted at the military applications, thinly veiling their threats behind talks of defensive necessities. Amidst the furor, Amelia noticed a quiet figure observing from the shadows. The being was tall and spindly, with eyes that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Something about its demeanor sent a shiver down her spine. As the session adjourned, Amelia overheard snippets of conversation that made her blood run cold. Two reptilian delegates were discussing a plan to acquire atmospheric samples through covert means. She realized with growing horror that Earth was facing threats both overt and hidden. Back on Earth, tensions were rising. Reports of attempted infiltrations at atmospheric research facilities began to surface. Strange ships were detected at the edges of the solar system, only to vanish when Earth's defense forces approached. Amelia found herself working around the clock with a task force of Earth's brightest minds. Their goal was twofold: to develop defenses against atmospheric theft or manipulation, and to find a way to safely share the benefits of Earth's oxygen with their galactic neighbors without compromising their own security. Late one night, as Amelia pored over atmospheric composition data, she received an urgent message. An unauthorized ship had breached Earth's defenses and was attempting to enter the atmosphere. She rushed to the command center, arriving just in time to see grainy footage of the intruder. The ship was like nothing they had ever seen before, seeming to bend light around it. As Earth's defense forces scrambled to intercept, the alien vessel released a swarm of smaller drones. To everyone's horror, the drones began actively siphoning portions of the atmosphere. "Shoot them down," General Ortiz barked. Earth's fighters engaged, but the drones were incredibly agile. Several were destroyed, but not before they had collected their samples and retreated to the mothership. As the alien vessel fled, leaving Earth's defenses in disarray, Amelia felt a sinking feeling in her stomach. This was no longer a diplomatic crisis. It was the beginning of a war. The following days were a blur of emergency meetings and frantic preparations. Earth's governments united in a way they never had before, pooling resources and setting aside old rivalries in the face of this common threat. Amelia found herself working closely with an unlikely ally, Dr. Zira, a Zoraxian scientist who had defected, warning Earth of a plot by extremist factions within her own government. Together, they raced to develop a defense system that could detect and neutralize attempts to steal or replicate Earth's atmosphere. Their breakthrough came in the form of a genetically engineered bacteria. When released into the air, these microscopic guardians would render any extracted oxygen inert, useless for the purposes the thieves intended. It was a stopgap measure, but it bought them precious time. As Earth fortified its defenses, Ambassador Donovan worked tirelessly in the diplomatic arena. He forged alliances with moderate factions in the Galactic Council, those who recognized the dangerous precedent that would be set if Earth's sovereignty was violated. But not everyone was interested in peaceful solutions. The Kraax Imperium, frustrated by Earth's defenses and the growing coalition against them, began to mass their fleet at the edge of Earth's solar system. Their message was clear: submit or face annihilation. Humanity found itself facing an enemy with vastly superior technology and numbers. But if there was one thing humans had learned through their long and turbulent history, it was how to face overwhelming odds with ingenuity and determination. In hidden labs and secret facilities across the globe, scientists and engineers worked feverishly on projects that pushed the boundaries of human knowledge. They reverse-engineered captured alien tech, developed new weapons based on their understanding of Earth's unique atmospheric properties, and explored radical new theories of physics that might give them an edge. Amelia split her time between the lab and strategy sessions with Earth's Defense Council. As she looked around the table at the determined faces of soldiers, scientists, and leaders from every corner of the globe, she felt a surge of pride. Humanity might be newcomers to the galactic stage, but they were quick learners, and they were about to show the cosmos why you don't threaten a species that evolved on a death world. As reports came in of the Kraax fleet entering the solar system, Amelia took a moment to step outside. She looked up at the night sky, no longer a realm of mystery, but a battlefield where humanity's fate would be decided. With a deep breath of Earth's precious air, she steeled herself for the conflict to come. Win or lose, the galaxy was about to learn why humans were a force to be reckoned with. Humanity's stand, diplomatic and technological ingenuity on display. As the Kraax fleet approached Earth, humanity's resolve was put to the ultimate test. The planet buzzed with activity. Civilians were evacuated to underground shelters. Defense systems were brought online, and a hastily assembled fleet of Earth's first true starships prepared to make their stand. In the diplomatic arena, Ambassador Marcus Donovan worked tirelessly to rally support among the more moderate members of the Galactic Council. His impassioned speeches and behind-the-scenes negotiations began to bear fruit. Several species, concerned about the precedent that would be set if Earth fell, pledged their support. But it was clear that the bulk of the fighting would fall to humanity. As the enemy ships entered the solar system, Dr. Amelia Chen found herself in the heart of Earth's Defense Command, surrounded by holographic displays showing the approaching threat. "They're not slowing down," General Ortiz growled, her eyes fixed on the tactical display. "Looks like the Kraax aren't interested in talking." Amelia nodded grimly. "Then it's time to show them what we've been working on." With a series of rapid commands, Amelia activated humanity's first line of defense. Swarms of microscopic robots, developed using a combination of Earth biotech and reverse-engineered alien technology, sprang to life in the upper atmosphere. These nanobots were designed to interact with Earth's unique oxygen concentration, creating a thin but powerful energy barrier. As the Kraax ships entered Earth's orbit, they slammed into this invisible shield. Alien vessels sparked and shuddered, their systems disrupted by the unexpected resistance. It wasn't enough to stop them completely, but it bought Earth precious time and threw the enemy into disarray. "First blood to us," Ortiz said with grim satisfaction. "Launch the atmospheric interception squadrons." Earth's defenders took to the skies in fighters that looked almost primitive compared to the sleek Kraax ships. But appearances were deceiving. These craft were the product of intense collaboration between human engineers and friendly alien scientists, incorporating the best of both worlds. The human pilots demonstrated why they were considered among the best in their sector of the galaxy. They used Earth's thick atmosphere to their advantage, pulling off maneuvers that would be impossible in the vacuum of space. The cracks, used to space combat, found themselves outmatched in this new environment. Meanwhile, on the diplomatic front, Ambassador Donovan was making a last-ditch effort to avert full-scale war. He had managed to convene an emergency session of the Galactic Council, where he unveiled evidence of the Craax's numerous violations of galactic law. The Craax claim they act in the interest of galactic security. Donovan's voice boomed through the council chambers, but their actions reveal their true nature, that of conquerors and thieves. Today they come for Earth, but who among you will be next? His words struck a chord with many of the assembled delegates. Species that had been hesitant to get involved now saw the Craax aggression as a threat to their own sovereignty. Back on Earth, the battle raged on. The Craax, frustrated by their inability to break through Earth's defenses, resorted to more desperate tactics. They launched atmospheric extraction devices, massive machines designed to literally steal the air from Earth's sky. This was the moment Amelia had been preparing for. With a nod from General Ortiz, she activated the genetically engineered bacteria they had developed. Released into the atmosphere, these microscopic guardians swarmed the Craax devices, rendering the stolen oxygen inert and useless. "It's working," Amelia exclaimed, watching as the Craax extraction attempts failed one after another. Their atmospheric theft has been neutralized. But the Craax were not done yet. In a final desperate move, they prepared to launch a devastating weapon, a device capable of destabilizing the planet's core, threatening to tear Earth apart from the inside. It was at this crucial moment that humanity's allies arrived. Ships from a dozen different species dropped out of faster-than-light travel, their weapons trained on the Craax fleet. Ambassador Donovan's voice crackled over the comms. "By order of the Galactic Council, the Craax Imperium is hereby commanded to stand down and withdraw immediately. Failure to comply will result in the full military might of the Council being brought to bear." Caught between Earth's unexpectedly fierce resistance and the newly arrived reinforcements, the Craax fleet found itself outnumbered and outgunned. After a tense standoff, the alien aggressors began to retreat, their grand plans of conquest thwarted by human ingenuity and decisive galactic diplomacy. As the Craax ships disappeared into the depths of space, cheers erupted in command centers and shelters across Earth. Humanity had faced its first true extraterrestrial threat and emerged victorious. In the aftermath of the battle, Amelia stood with General Ortiz and Ambassador Donovan, watching the sunrise over a planet forever changed. Earth's cities showed signs of damage, but the planet itself and its precious atmosphere remained intact. "We did it," Amelia breathed, hardly daring to believe it was over. Donovan nodded, a tired but satisfied smile on his face. "We showed them what humans are made of. But this is just the beginning. We've got a lot of work ahead of us." Ortiz clapped them both on the shoulder. "Then let's get to it. The galaxy's not going to know what hit it once humanity really gets going." As they turned to face the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead, Amelia felt a surge of pride and determination. Earth had proven itself on the galactic stage. Now it was time to show the universe what humanity could really do when they set their minds to it. A new galactic order. Earth emerges as a major player in galactic affairs. In the years following the Craax invasion attempt, Earth underwent a transformation that would have been unimaginable just a decade earlier. The planet, once a newcomer to galactic affairs, now found itself at the center of a rapidly changing cosmic political landscape. Dr. Amelia Chen, hailed as one of the heroes of the Craax conflict, now served as Earth's Minister of Extraterrestrial Sciences. She stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, a massive orbital facility that served as a neutral meeting ground for diplomats and scientists from across the galaxy. Below her, Earth shimmered like a blue jewel. But the planet was no longer alone in its orbit. A bustling network of satellites, defense platforms, and research stations surrounded humanity's homeworld, a testament to how far they had come in such a short time. "Quite a view, isn't it?" Ambassador Marcus Donovan said, joining her at the window. "Sometimes I still can't believe how much has changed." Amelia nodded, a smile playing on her lips. "We've come a long way from being wide-eyed newcomers to the galactic stage." Indeed they had. In the aftermath of the Kryax attack, Earth had leveraged its newfound respect and allies to carve out a unique position in galactic politics. The planet's oxygen-rich atmosphere, once coveted as a resource to be exploited, was now recognized as a protected wonder, with Earth at the forefront of atmospheric research that benefited species across the cosmos. Earth's defensive innovations, born out of desperate necessity during the invasion, had revolutionized planetary protection strategies. The nanobot shields and genetically engineered atmospheric guardians were now exported, under careful control, to other worlds seeking to safeguard their own environments. But perhaps the most significant change was in how the galaxy viewed humanity itself. No longer seen as primitive newcomers, humans were now respected, and sometimes feared, for their adaptability, ingenuity, and sheer determination. "Minister Chen, Ambassador Donovan," a voice called out. They turned to see General Sandra Ortiz, now the head of Earth's Interstellar Defense Force, approaching with a group of alien dignitaries in tow. "Our guests from the Galactic Council have arrived for the summit." The summit in question was a historic gathering to rewrite key sections of the Galactic Charter, with Earth playing a leading role in the negotiations. As they made their way to the conference room, Amelia marveled at the diversity of species represented. Some she recognized from Earth's early days in the Council, while others were new faces, drawn by humanity's rising influence. The discussions were intense, with debates ranging from resource management to technological exchange protocols. Earth, with its unique perspective as both a newcomer and a proven force in galactic affairs, often served as a bridge between competing factions. One of the most heated debates centered around the concept of protected biospheres, a designation Earth had proposed to prevent future conflicts like the one they had faced with the Kryax. Under this new framework, planets with unique atmospheric or ecosystem properties would be granted special protections under galactic law. "We cannot allow the wonders of our universe to be exploited or destroyed out of greed or short-sightedness," Donovan argued passionately. "Each world, each species, has something unique to offer. It's our duty to protect that diversity." Many council members nodded in agreement, but others were hesitant. The Zoraxian representative, his scales shimmering with agitation, spoke up. "While we applaud Earth's idealism, we must consider the practical implications. Many worlds depend on resource extraction for their economies. How do you propose to balance protection with progress?" It was Amelia's turn to step in. "That's precisely why Earth has been working on alternative technologies," she explained. "Our atmospheric replication research, conducted ethically and with the full cooperation of volunteer species, has yielded promising results. We believe that within a decade, we'll be able to offer sustainable solutions that don't require the exploitation of protected worlds." The debate continued late into the night, but in the end, Earth's proposals carried the day. As the summit concluded, Amelia, Donovan, and Ortiz found themselves surrounded by aliens offering congratulations and seeking private audiences to discuss further collaboration. As the dignitaries filed out, the three humans took a moment to appreciate the magnitude of what they had accomplished. Earth, in less than a decade, had gone from an unknown backwater to a major architect of galactic policy. "We should celebrate," Ortiz said with a rare smile. "It's not every day you help reshape the political landscape of an entire galaxy." Donovan chuckled. "I have a bottle of Earth whiskey in my quarters. Shall we introduce our alien friends to another unique human creation?" As they made their way through the station, Amelia felt a surge of pride and optimism. Earth had faced incredible challenges, from first contact to invasion, and had emerged stronger for it. They had proven that humanity's greatest strengths, adaptability, creativity, and an unwavering spirit, were assets not just on their homeworld, but on the galactic stage as well. The future, she knew, would bring new challenges. There were still those who viewed Earth with suspicion or envy. The Krayaks, though defeated, were not destroyed, and other threats lurked in the vast expanses of space. But Amelia was confident that whatever the universe threw at them, humanity would face it head-on, with the same determination and ingenuity that had brought them this far. As she raised a glass with her colleagues and their new alien allies, Amelia offered a toast. To Earth, to new friendships, and to the endless possibilities that await us among the stars. The diverse group echoed the sentiment, their voices a chorus of hope for a brighter galactic future. As the Earth rotated slowly below them, Amelia knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity had taken its place among the stars, and the universe would never be the same again.